just in another lap or two. But you know what? Michael ran the Busch race yesterday, and he ran this same line in that Busch race yesterday, and so he knew it was there. All he had to do is go up there and use it. These other guys have got to figure that out on their own.
Yesterday here, Scott Briggs picked up his second win of his rookie season. 2 wins and only 9 Busch Series starts. He's off to a great start. Wouldn't be surprised if his phone starts ringing from Winston Cup car owners in the near future.
I got some advice for him. Stay right where you are for a while.
Well, his Busch car owner may have call blocking on Scott's phone. I wouldn't be surprised.
Boy, Jeff Gordon, the 24 car, he's starting to run that high line. We're seeing the groove move up in a hurry here, Darrell. I mean, we're only at lap 16, and there are already 3 grooves up off the bottom of the racetrack.
Well, good news travels fast. Now, that's not bad news for Michael. All those spotters, crew chiefs are calling and say, 15 cars running that high line and closing. Get up there with him.
Look who's drafting his tail off is Kurt Busch. He tried Jimmy Johnson a little bit ago and then hooked himself right back in line. As we talked about at the top of the show, anticipating what may happen if we get a long green flag run and there's a need to conserve fuel.
That 12 car is really bad loose, isn't it, Matt?
DW, you're exactly right. The rookie reporting in his car is really, really, really loose. He wanted to emphasize the really. He told him just to hang on to it. But the concern that they had before the race has come to fruition. Once his car gets past the 10 to 12 lap point, it is very loose.
Now, watch his hands. You see how delicately he's turning on that steering. He can't crank it left. And you got to be able to snatch that thing down to the left when the car's handling good. He's having to be really, really easy on it because it's going to jump out from under him. If he doesn't see how gingerly he turns it in there, he's not turning the wheel much at all because the car's really loose. And look at here. Come on, Mikey. Go for the lead.
He has chopped a bunch off Dale Jarrett in a short time, up here running side by side into turn 1.
And the 2 of them have run away from Tony Stewart.
But Dale's backing up. I mean, he was fast there for a little while, but his lap times are showing he's backing up. That's not unusual, Mike, because you start this race like he did, and you get out there, and, oh, trouble right here. Got a car around backwards, turn forward, Sean Robinson. Just lost it all by herself.
Caution is out.
But on Dale Jarrett, it just looks to me like his car was really fast on new tires, but these guys need to watch coming off the corner here. That car's on fire.
Now that's, I believe that's just unburnt fuel down in the exhaust system. Yep. It'll snuff out when she fires the car, and it does. And that unsponsored machine heads back to pit road for some serious repair. Now, Bobby Labonte has been on pit road now for 11 laps. Steve?
Mike, the problem was Bobby Labonte felt the water pump belt come off, and it got wrapped up in other engine components. He was afraid he was going to damage the engine. They brought the car in, had the hood up, and they replaced the belts. Bobby Labonte is back on the racetrack.
These cars have a V belt on them, just a lot like your passenger car, and that belt right there, the cog belt, that's the oil pump belt. The rest of these belts are the water pump belt, the alternator belt, power steering pump belt.
Two ways that could have happened. One, he could over rev the engine, because if you over rev the engine, those belts will jump. They'll turn around backwards, much like you've seen on your passenger car. The other thing is a piece of trash could have gotten up in there and knocked one of them off.
And the only one that's detrimental coming off is that oil pump belt. When it comes off, the oil pump's not turning, you're not getting oil pressure. Now, Darrell, we're 19 laps. I may bring in here and put 2 tires on and some fuel. I may do 4, but if my car's driving pretty good, I may give you 2, try to keep that track position.
Please give me 4 tires right now.
You want 4 tires.
And just the air pressure. I don't have enough grip.
Here's what put us under the first caution of the day. Watch the white car.
Just all by herself. I was looking right at it, just spun the car around coming off the corner there.
Pit road is open, and
everybody's on pit road.
Larry, this isn't like yesterday. We can use all the tires we want to. So give me 4s. I want to see stickers.
No tire rule. I'd say most of them are going to change 4, but I bet you we'll see some cars change too.
Steve Burns and Rusty Wallace pit.
Well, Larry McReynolds, you're exactly right. Rusty Wallace is going to take right side tires only. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment and a wedge adjustment. 1 round of bite in the left rear. Dick Bergeron.
Dale Jarrett is going to take 4 tires on his automobile and a round and a half of bite on the left rear. They're trying to get more forward bite out of the number 88 car. Matt.
Dick, down here in the leader, Michael Walters pit. They made a chassis adjustment and 4 tires. His car was just a tick tight in the center of the corner, but he is going to beat off pit road big time.
It appears we had 3 or 4 cars that that changed just 2 tires. They documented Rusty Wallace, Ricky Craven, Kevin Harvick, I believe.
Jimmy Johnson beats everybody off pit road. There is a speed limit on pit road, and vigilance up in the tower. So we're under caution, the first one of the day. Catch can out on the track. They'll pick that up. We'll be back. Welcome back to California. Ryan Newman making another pit stop. Stacy Compton had stayed out on the racetrack to lead a lap. He just made his first, and that loose catch can on the track was from Greg Biffle. He's made a penalty stop, and he's back out. Steve Burns.
Mike, Shauna Robinson able to drive the car in here. Shauna, what happened?
Well, I guess after you run about 10 laps and so much heat's in the tires, and we just had absolutely no grip whatsoever. And you know, the first few laps, it's like feels good, feel like I can run, and then it's just like the car's up on top of the racetrack, and you can see out there not a lot of people had grip, but it just to the point where I couldn't get through the corner. And it's pretty bad to be out there by yourself when it happened, but no grip whatsoever. And it's unfortunate because we're struggling, and Bam is giving me the chance to drive a race car, and it's a really good opportunity, but we're not having good results at this point, so we'll just keep trying, and the team's got a lot of potential. It's just we're having some bad luck.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Getting set for the restart after 22 laps. And for all of those of you who spent all your Christmas cash on that new, or some of it, on that new surround sound system, we're going to give you a chance to exercise it right about here. Jimmy Johnson with Ricky Craven off into turn 1 with the lead.
It just, again, to document the top 3, Jimmy Johnson, Ricky Craven, and Rusty Wallace all changed 2 tires. That's how they made it to the front of the field through that sequence of pit stops.
I don't know what they've done to TIDE. That's a little bit different paint job than I'm accustomed to seeing, but I kind of like it. It looks like it might be fast. Got something new on that bad boy. Got some blue on it.
All right, Tony Stewart in 4th place. Back there behind Rusty Wallace, first of the cars that took on 4 tires. Matt Yoakum.
Well, currently, Tony Stewart, like you mentioned, Mike running 4th, matching his best career finish here at California. He said the car was a little snug on entry through the center of the corner, but when he was moving the gas, the car would start to go loose. So they made a wedge adjustment half around the left rear. 4 tires, no air pressure adjustments.
And that caution, Larry, as you well, that came at a perfect time. We'd run about 20 laps. Guys can adjust their cars based on what the track conditions are today. So it's a great opportunity to get in there and work on it.
Especially with these track conditions being different. Dick Berger, what's going on with Kurt Busch?
Well, he had been running in 5th spot when that caution flag came out, Larry. Took on 4 tires, adjusted the car, 1 pound added to the right front to try and tighten it up a little bit. He came out in 10th spot. Car running pretty well. To Steve Burns.
Well, Dick, our points leader, Sterling Marlin, only has 1 top 10 finish here in 5 races at California, so the team came out here and tested, but crew chief Lee McCall said they've been fighting a tight condition all weekend. So in the last stop, they took a pound out of the right front, took 4 tires, and went down 2 rounds on the track bar.
New paint job for Sterling. He'll have that for a few races this year.
And you know, Mike, you and I this morning talked to the team manager, Andy Grace, for Sterling Marlin and Jimmy Spencer, and they said based on the weather change, they really looked at what Jimmy Spencer ran in the Busch race yesterday and took a lot of information from that car.
Because that was the last event run on the track yesterday before the IROC race and was running kind of warmer temperatures. Well, Darrell, you said you wanted 4 tires on that caution flag, and Tony Stewart is showing us why.
Yeah, well, I think guys that took 2, they won't do that again for a while. That's a move for later on in the race. That's a move for when you're trying to keep out in front of the traffic or whatever. But right now, you put 4 on and adjust the car, get the car good, get the car better, then give me 2. And I'm always, you know, Larry and I are never going to agree about that. that's one thing that you argue about all day long, you and the crew chief.
It's okay. There's the interval, Tony Stewart to our leader, Jimmy Johnson.
Right now, it's actually, he's losing a little bit of ground, at least through 3 and 4 he did. Even down the front straightaway. Jimmy got a good run off turn 4. It's over a second. Gained about 2/10 right there in 3 and 4. They stretched it out.
Now, Rusty, he took 2 tires, and his car looks pretty good on 2 tires.
He's battling Craven. It's now for 3rd place.
And you know, a lot of times, Darrell, when you put 2 right side tires on with the left side that's been on the car, it takes a couple laps because the air pressure's way down on the new right side, and the left side's already, the air pressure's already grown from what you've been running the first 20 laps.
So they got to match up. They got to kind of equalize themselves. The only thing that bothers me, and I hear these guys say it, and it makes me kind of worry, they keep wanting to let air out of that right front tire. I mean, that'll make the thing cut. That'll make it feel really good. But, Larry, you know that's going to be hard on that tire, and you can have a problem.
The right front tire takes the most load here. Again, we keep talking about entering these corners at over 200 miles an hour.
3rd place side by side, still Craven, Wallace, Kurt Busch, and Michael Waltrip in tow. Let's have a little onboard telemetry.
You can hear him get back in the throttle. He doesn't get quite wide open. He starts back in and he kind of eases it down, almost like it's got an egg under it. That's the kind of what you do here. You get it wide open as soon as you can, but you got to get back in it. But sometimes you can't man it right away.
Right at 200 miles an hour, right at 9,000 RPMs, falls down to about probably about 6,800 in 1 and 2. Picks the throttle back up, 150 miles an hour in the middle of the corner, off the throttle.
30 laps of 250 complete here in sunny Southern California. And El Cajon native Jimmy Johnson leads the Napa 500.
You know, that red M&M, he's a slow lead. I don't know why Schrader wants to hang out with him.
He's not careful, we're going to replace him with a pink one.
That's right. We got his number.
He could become road splat in a hurry, couldn't he?
Right.
Jimmy Johnson leads Tony Stewart by 1.2 seconds. Rusty Wallace a further second back. Kurt Busch, Ricky Craven, Dale Jarrett, Michael Waltrip, Dave Blaney up to 8th. Point leader Sterling Marlin 9th, and Jeff Gordon, who fell from 7th to 18th on the pit stop, has climbed to 10th. Now Ryan Newman, our pole sitter, has drifted back to 28th. Matt Yocum's there.
And let's catch in and talk with his crew chief, Matt Boland. Matt, you made a stop there. You made some significant changes. What did you do to tighten up that race car?
We just put a little bit of bind in, drop the track bar, and put a little bit of pressure in the right front. It was just a little too loose to start the race. Hopefully we can frame up a little bit later today, but it was just too loose to start.
This team is looking to have a character-building day after a tough stretch of finishes of 37th, 40th, 41st, and 43rd. They're hoping for better things here in California, but they're going to have a long fight on their hands to have a good day today. To Steve.
Matt, as Mike Joyce said, Dave Blaney in that 77 started in the 32nd position, but he's up to 8th by virtue of taking 2 tires on the last stop. They dropped air pressure in the right rear. Dave Blaney says the car's tightened up nicely, a little bit loose early. His best finish this year of 15th at Texas. Dick Berggren.
Ricky Craven started in 15th spot. He too took